So everyone. Hello, everyone. This is Kelly McVeigh, Senior Director of Sales, and I am going to quickly turn it over to Jace for our Power 30 on this Wednesday.
Hi, guys. I'm so excited to be here. I hope you're ready for this. If you haven't done a Power 30 with me, it's always best to be able to hop on your video because I do screen share and we work on specific tasks together. So it's definitely an interactive 30 minutes. It's not a sit and listen kind of situation. So just beware for future reference or pop onto that if you can. This is what we're going to work on today. Can everybody see this? Okay. So my team is working on mission-driven content, mission-driven messaging, mission-driven everything this month because it's anniversary month. So I thought I would just pop that into our power hour this week. And kind of focus that way. So we can kind of connect deeper with the mission during this month and use that and utilize that in our business to kind of grow the way that we want to. So one thing that I always used to say is, if you are inviting with mission-driven content and messaging, you're always going to find the right people. You're going to find the advocates that want to work with us and continue pushing the mission forward. And I think that that's so important. So if nothing else, I hope that's what you take from this. Hue and Grace's mission is to empower you to transform your life through products, content, and community. I think that that is actually, when Sarah did this last BizOp call with our team, she talked about this in more detail, and it was so powerful to hear it coming from her mouth and just the way that she explains this. But I wanted you to take a minute while I'm talking. This is your first exercise, is what does the Hue and Grace mission mean to you specifically? I want you to have this idea in your mind. So as we go through the activities, you can kind of think about that as you're doing them to kind of bring that all together. So our company was founded to promote hormone health, reduce exposure to harmful chemicals that we put on in and around our bodies, right? We hear this a lot. But there's a piece that I love on the website that says Hue and Grace empowers individuals to improve their health and appearance through clinically proven ingredients, real-time education, and an inclusive community. And that is really what spoke to me. So there's multiple points in this mission that you can connect. There's, all the way through your own family and personal experience. There's just so many different ways. So I'm just going to give you a minute to kind of answer that question. What does the Hue and Grace mission mean to you? You can post it in the chat. You can write it on a piece of paper. And then I'm going to walk you through our activities for today. And I'm going to teach you some fun stuff. And I always start all of my Power 30s with a post, a public outreach, like you starting the conversation, which I think is such a good practice every single day in your business, whether it's face-to-face or on social media. We focus on social media in this hour just because I think that virtual reach and scalability is so key right now. It's the way that you're going to be able to reach more people and impact more people. So if you guys can pop on your Instagram accounts, that's where we're going to focus. And I'm going to teach you a couple things and just show you how to really create content that creates also reach and can eventually lead to people coming to you for help and asking you, hey, how can I start? What can I get going? What products would work for me best? That's really the goal with all social media interaction and as you're building online with your mission and your message. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to maybe make you a little uncomfortable, but it's fine. If you go to your Instagram account, hopefully you have one. If you don't, you can also do this for your Facebook account. It just won't work in the same way. And you'll just have to post the raw video. But if you go to your Instagram account, I want you to click on adding new content and then click reel. And I want to start a new reel. So you're just going to click camera. And so what you need for this is a 10 to 15 second video. And it's going to be really a video of nothing. This is called a B-roll reel. But we're going to bring it together with a mission-based message, and you'll see kind of how this works. So I want you to open up your camera, turn it to face you. You can put whatever filter you want on it. Doesn't really matter, because this is going to be a background video. Okay. I'm going to tell you what to write on it, how to post it, everything. So what I want you to do, and if you click on the little down arrow, there's a little option that says hands free. Oh, mine disappeared. Maybe that's not there anymore. Well, there used to be a hands free. Maybe it's something else now. There was a hands free option. Maybe it just automatically does it. Anyway, so you'll pick your filter that you want and just set your camera, either video something around you. It can be your workstation. It can be your desk. It can be products that you have around you. It can be yourself. Again, this doesn't have to be like a close up. It just has to be a 10 to 15 second video. If you have one in your phone already, great. So, go ahead, and I'm going to just be quiet for a second so you can create your little video. Okay, so here's my trick. This is what's cool. So once you have your video, you'll hit next on your Instagram thing. And do you see the 3 little stars at the very top in a little cluster? I want you to click on that. And then on the left, there's a little magnifying glass right at the very, very top. And it's just a search bar. And what I want you to type in that is low exposure. And a bunch of options should come up. And what I want you to do is just click on a few of them. What you're trying to do is make your background dark. So what it's going to do is take that video you just made and dampen it. It's going to make it darker. So whatever text you put over it is going to be the star of the show. And that's really what's going to pop. I'll give you a second to pick one. These are the best educational reels you could put out there right now, is ones like this, where it's real content in the background, but a real message forward facing. It's so easy. This is going to take us 5 minutes. Does anybody have any questions or needing help with that? Or are we good? Okay, so here's what we're all going to write. I'm going to tell you what to write over the top. Today, I want you to write this sentence. 6 months from now, and I'll write it in the chat so you guys can copy and paste if you want. 6 months from now, you're going to look back at your life and say, I really did just believe in myself. And it worked. Okay, I'm going to type it in the chat. Okay. Is everyone there? Is everyone up to speed? If you guys are sitting there and you're not actually doing it and you're like, oh, I'm just going to do this on the replay, that's fine. But it's best to do it live, because one thing that people get held back on is taking action, messy action, great action, like slow action, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Like, just take messy action. If it's not perfect, then you learn something, right? I'm never afraid to just show up, like however that looks. Makeup, no makeup, message, no message. It's just like, whatever, I guess here's today. And I think that people really appreciate that realness mixed with the professionalism, mixed with, you know, your other roles that you play in life. All of that together is really what makes you up as a person in general. So, okay. Then what I want you to do is click on the little music notes at the top. And it's a good thing everybody is muted. And what I want you to do is just pick a song that fits the mood of whatever the reel behind it is. Generally, like, instrumental is great. It's only going to be a 10 to 15 second audio, right? So it's not going to be super crazy. So you can even type instrumental at the top. You can type like instrumental pop or instrumental R&B or instrumental rap or whatever music you're into. This quote is kind of a chill vibes kind of quote. And then just post maybe when you're done with that part. Love that, Lindsay. You're so quick. Nice, Tony. Done and done. Okay, so for those of you that are done, this next step is pretty simple. So you just hit next. And for those of you that are still working on it, it's fine. This isn't anything that's miraculous that I'm going to tell you. So what you'll do is just hit edit cover, and you can slide and pick like a screenshot that you like. And then for the caption, this is where the mission-based message is going to come. So I want you to really think through what Hugh and Grace's mission means to you. Okay, I'm going to show you guys an example because I know that this is really challenging for some people to like come up with a way to speak about this way. So I came up with kind of a generic one. I also pre-did mine. So if you even want to go to my page and look what I actually posted, you can. I can just post my Instagram on here. They know that this is kind of where the struggle bus is. Okay. But I love having a really strong caption, and I'm going to teach you guys a trick. Like, it's great to be positive and all roses, but people are going to be attracted to more negative toned headlines than they are positive. So what I like to do is kind of do a neutral caption, or not a negative caption, but one that's not like everything is awesome. Okay. So even just like general, do you have something that you would advocate for? It's like a deeper thinking kind of question, right? And then what I want you to think about is what the mission means to you. Why did you join? What does our company do? Who are we here to help? And I want you to just do a heartfelt mission-based message. And at the end, there needs to be some kind of call to action, either to your community to have a conversation about products, if people want to swap things out, to the advocate opportunity, whatever it is, have some kind of call to action. It can even be post below if you use clean products, or post below your favorites, or whatever it is, but have some kind of call to action. You guys, you can Google strong call to actions and there will be literally thousands of articles that come up with strong call to actions, and thousands of articles that come up with strong captions. So if you don't know how to start or finish, those are both done for you. Just Google it. And I promise, like, you'll get better at it the more you practice. Okay, so I'm just going to give us a few minutes of silence to craft your post, and I'll answer questions in the chat if people have them as we go. I'm just going to mute it for a second so that you guys have some quiet, and then we'll move on. Okay, we're going to wrap up. I'm going to give you one more minute. So if you haven't worked on your caption yet, just make it short and sweet, because we need your post to move on to the next exercise, or you can use one that you posted right before this one if you want to take the time to really finish this one. But I want to show you what to do with your content after, because it's not just enough to post and ghost. That's what I call it, post and ghost, which is what a lot of people do. You have to be interactive on your social media, and you have to actively go out and engage with the algorithm in order for your content to be shown even to your current followers. So that's what I want to show you. Okay, and just so you guys know, what makes this income building activity is these kinds of posts and content lead to conversations, which lead to conversion of sales, of customers, of advocates, right? Like that's what you're always trying to do, is attract and bring people to you, to your business. And eventually, if you do this for long enough, compounded over time with a clear enough message, right? People will just start coming to you. You will pop into their mind when they think about these things. I've seen it, I've done it, I've experienced it, I've built big businesses from this, like I know. So these new connections and creating opportunity for yourself is how you're going to build and how you're going to really lead in your space. And I think that that's really important. So I like to help you do that and empower people to do this independently without having to wait on anyone else. Okay. Okay. So these next little exercises, and it looks like a lot, but it's not, it goes really fast. What I want you to do is take that post and share it to your stories. There's mixed reviews, whether this is helpful or not, but your people that see your stories are different than the people that see your feed. And so I like to share it to my story and make it just as big as the screen, so it almost doesn't look like I'm sharing a post. And that way, when it cuts off and they can't see the whole thing, most people will naturally just click on it and it will pull them to that post anyway. So I want you to share that. Just share it to your story. So you just go to it, you click on the little airplane icon, and then click add to your story. Super simple. Just resize it to the size of the screen and hit send. And then I'm going to teach you one more trick, which I've taught before. And that we're going to start a conversation. So you've now started somewhat of a conversation, hopefully on your feed. Now we're going to start one in your story. Again, social media is all about connection. It's people connecting with content, which is part of our mission, right? It's so important. So I want you to click on your little plus sign from your homepage and story, because we're going to create a new story. So there's two things you can do here. What I want you to do is on the bottom left, you can click on that little picture and it will pull up your photo album. And what I want you to do is just find any picture. Again, we're gonna brighten this one this time instead of darken it. And then I'm going to teach you how to put a poll, like create a poll over it. So just pick any photo that you don't hate. It doesn't really matter what it is. It can even be like Hue and Grace product. Like if you have stock photos, it doesn't matter. People generally like to see pictures with people in them. I'm just throwing that out. But you really can pick anything as long as it's acceptable for other people to see. I think it's really funny to create AI photos of myself that are like kind of right, but not quite. I think it's funny. So that's always an option. But either way, pull up the picture. So I'm going to use this one that is an AI generated photo. But it doesn't matter because it's, again, going to be kind of blurred out. And then once you have that pulled up, this is the trick. So you click on your three little dots in the right-hand top, and you're going to click the draw. And it's going to pull up different pencils at the top. You're going to click on the one right in the middle. with the sharp tip. That's kind of like a highlighter. And all I want you to do is tap on the screen and hold it down. And it should do this. See how you can still see the photo, but like the text, once again, is going to be the star of the show. Okay, it's just a really simple way to kind of professionalize your content. Just little simple tricks that help catch eyes and help people engage better with your content. So once you've done that, you're going to click on the little square smiley face at the top, and I want you to click the poll icon. And I want you to ask a question. I want you to ask a problem-based question, meaning I ask, do you struggle with ADHD, anxiety, depression, or all of the above? That's what I ask today. So you can ask, I mean, I know Dawn, you're on this. She's an esthetician. You can ask skin questions. You can ask home care related questions. You can ask health related questions. What you're trying to do is start a conversation around your product. So as long as you have a solution for whatever problem you're having people answer this poll for, it's going to work. And what's cool about polls, you guys, is you can go back to them mid-afternoon and you just go back to that same slide in your story, and all you do is scroll up and it will show you everybody that answered the poll. And now you've got all those people you can direct message and say, hey, I saw that you struggle with ADHD. So do I. What do you do for that? What solutions have you found? That's a really great, simple follow-up question to start a conversation. Okay, we're going to do 2 more things and then we're going to end, and you guys can do the final three things as homework. This is basically a really quick list of what to do once you've made your first post of the day to just really hit the algorithm and help get as many eyes on your content as possible, as fast as possible, because the sooner people engage with your content, that's what the algorithm is looking for. It's not looking for the total engagement over the full day. It's looking to see who engaged in it in the first 5 minutes. So that's why you want to do this activity quickly, right? So even like your best performing post, if you have like 40 comments on something, if that was a conversation you started and went throughout the day, it still may not reach as many people until the following day when Instagram's like, oh, this post actually created a ton of engagement yesterday. Let's spread the reach on it, right? So I'm just going to post this document into the message thread so you guys can print it. I can have Kelly post it with the replay as well, so you guys have it. So we're going to do 2 more things. The last 2 things we're going to do is, 1, I want you to share some kind of quote, quick tip or FAQ in your story as well. So if you have one in your album or whatever, then that's great. If you need to go to your news feed and find something to share that somebody else created, I have a bunch even on my Instagram page. If you want to just share something that I've already posted just to get into the habit, then you can. Your stories really should have a lot of value, behind the scenes stuff, casual talking to your audience, like personable stuff, but high value stuff. And what's cool, you guys, is once you start posting a quote, a tip, an FAQ for the day, what you can do is you can then make a highlight on your homepage of that, because your highlights are what new people coming to your page are going to look at first for credibility, right? So testimonials are great there. Bios are great there. You can even do like favorite products that you can do there. Those are great highlight reels. And you just take all that content straight from your stories. That's where the highlights come from. Then we're going to do the 1 minute like challenge, and then I'll let you guys go. Yes, Lindsay, you can go to my stories and look at that. If you're talking about the poll. Okay, so last exercise, just go to your little house. Go to your little house icon. It will take you to your feed. And we're just gonna like as many pictures as you can in a 1 minute time frame. Again, the algorithm isn't just about the engagement that people have with you, it's about how you are also using the app and engaging. And that's a really key piece. So this is just, all of these exercises are really just to move your content farther out. There's other things that we do when we get more into connection and inviting that are direct conversation and commenting and things like that, that really, again, start conversations and build your audience. So I'm just going to set the timer. I'm going to give us 1 minute. I want you to like as many pictures as you can. And then at the end, I'm going to have you write how many you were able to do. Okay. And then we'll end for the day. Okay. Ready, set, go. Okay, stop. I did 53. It's like a number I cannot beat. It's fine. Everything's fine. So just so you guys know, one of the other benefits of that specific exercise is every single time you like someone's content, your name shows up in their notifications. And if they've never seen you in their notifications before, they're going to be like, who is this person? Right? And they're going to go to your page and be like, oh, this is who this person is. This is like leaving a virtual business card. Anytime you comment, anytime you like something, anytime you share something, anytime you save something, like this is your ability to really put yourself out there and do networking on social media. This is also a really great time to kind of audit your feed and understand where you're spending the most time on social media. If that exercise brought you a ton of content that's going to push you nowhere, you probably need to audit your social media and make sure the space that you're showing up to work in is elevating you and moving you forward. It's teaching you something. You're following accounts that have value that you can share, that you can learn from, right? If it's just endless, mundane stuff, that means you're going on social media and spending a lot of wasted time there. So that's your gut check. And most people are like, ugh, I don't like that. Okay. So again, if you want to do income producing activity on social media and you really want to take charge of your business and your message and move this mission forward, this is how you do it. You show up professionally. You really connect with yourself and the things that you're doing. My tips at the end of this really are to just cater your mission-driven content to your signature products, whatever you love to sell and share and talk about. That will bring your signature customer, right? And then staying connected through personal use, education, and experience with the product's community and business plan is what's going to help you continue to create that mission-based content. Okay. Okay, that's it for me. Hopefully that was helpful. Replays are great because you can pause. Kelly, do you have anything to add?
I have nothing to add. This was great as usual. I love you all showed up. I feel like I'm gonna post my reel. I did the poll, but I just appreciate this so much, Jace. And yes, this is recorded. So when you go to the Facebook page, I posted a reminder that Jace was doing this today. I will stick this recording right underneath that post. It will probably be a little bit because I have something with Jace here in a minute, and then I have a meeting with Craig. You guys know Craig. So that will be posted here in a little bit. And yes, I'll post a graphic as well. Okay. Thanks everybody. And I'll see you Monday for Power 30 if you join us. Bye.